here is a coin for a glass of whiskey. Do I have enough money for all this weaponry? Well, of course, here's a glass of whiskey, for which I paid 1 gold coin. Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about the economy in the world of John Wick. Where do the coins come from? How valuable are these coins in the world of John Wick? How does the Continental Hotel regulate their circulation? And how can an ordinary mortal obtain one of these coins? So we know that in the world of John Wick, there are these mysterious gold coins that he uses to pay for various services, such as weapons, body cleanup, a glass of drink, and more. We first see these coins in the opening scene when John Wick digs up his stash, which contains not only weapons but also numerous coins. If we estimate that there are about 40 coins in a stack, he has roughly 960 of them. It seems that John worked tirelessly and saved all these coins for a rainy day, and that day has arrived. To understand the value of these coins, let's quickly go through what John Wick has acquired throughout the 4 movies using these gold coins. Hotel room, 1 coin. Weapons, 1 coin. Suit, 1 coin. Body cleanup, 12 coins. Club entry, 1 coin. Cartographer services, 4 coins. Bar drink, 1 coin. Homeless man protection, 1 coin. Taxi, 1 coin. If you try to make sense of these prices, I let you in on a secret. There is no logic. These coins don't have a specific value. This was revealed by the director of the films, Chad Stahelski, in an interview.
A coin just symbolizes like I'm in the know. You know, I'm in the know. So that's worth, it could be worth, it's point of entry. So it could be worth a meal, could be worth a drink, it could be worth access into the club.
According to him, a coin grants access to a community. So if you have a coin, it means you are in the know and you have access to this world, whether it's the hotel's services or others like weapons, suits, drinks and more. For example, let's say you somehow got hold of 1 coin. Perhaps John Wick gave it to you for a particular service and explained what you could do with it. You decided to use that coin to spend the night at the Continental Hotel. You hand over the coin, spend 1 safe night at the hotel, and that's it! You no longer have the coin, which means you no longer have access to the community, and you can't stay in the hotel anymore. This applies to everyone. So if John Wick didn't have these coins, he wouldn't be able to enter the hotel. He had to somehow acquire these coins. And here you can truly understand the value of the coins for assassins and representatives of the criminal world. Since they know that for these coins they can stay in the hotel without any threat, they can easily buy weapons and so on. And they must have enough coins to have access to the hotels almost always. But if you try to understand the approximate cost of these coins, taking into account what John has acquired and how much the coin itself theoretically could be worth, here's what we get. Suppose a coin weighs 1 ounce. Considering gold prices, its price would be around $2,000 to $3,000. You must understand that $2,000 is the cost of just raw gold. It needs to be smelted, processed, minted into coins, stored and delivered to the right address. All of this comes at a cost, and therefore a coin's cost of $3,000 is more than justified. Now let's take a closer look at John's expenses. For 1 coin, John stayed 1 night in a top-class hotel. Currently, you can spend a night in a 5-star hotel in New York for around $1,000. For 1 coin, John also acquired 2 Glocks. A Glock 26 costs $500 and a Glock 34 can be bought for $600. He also acquired an AR-15 rifle, which on average costs $2,000, a Benelli M4 shotgun, which also averages at $2,000, and knives. That means John acquired weapons worth over $5,100 for a single coin. For 1 coin, he bought a bulletproof suit. You can't find an item like that on the market right now, but a regular suit costs $1,700, and you can find military gear on eBay for $2,000. So the total for the suit would be $3,700. If John Wick's suit, which combines the lightness and flexibility of a regular suit with bulletproof capabilities, actually existed, it would likely cost many times more. For 1 coin, he got a drink. We won't comment on that. For 1 coin, he took a taxi ride. There is logic in this, because a taxi driver may know the places where certain services are available, and these locations are periodically changed by criminal families for safety. For 1 coin, he entered a club. It's not just any club, but one where people from the criminal world hang out. Here he can find work, friends and more. For 1 coin, he received protection from a homeless man. The homeless man even killed 2 people for 1 coin. A regular bodyguard in the USA costs $200 per hour. To the cartographer, he gave 4 coins. He gave an additional 3 coins as a tip. I believe John showed respect to the cartographer because he provided a service that he could have declined. He helped to eliminate a member of the high table, and we know that there is a rule that forbids killing a member of the high table. Now let's talk about his most expensive purchase. The cleanup of the bodies cost him 12 coins. The cost depended on the number of bodies. He eliminated 13 people, and it's likely he received a discount for such a bulk order. Therefore, the approximate cost of cleaning up 1 body is also 1 coin. Another interesting point is that in the second film, when he is shown reburying his trunk, you can see that John fully spent 2 stacks of coins, while the third stack is only half full. This suggests that in the first movie he spent around 100 coins. Considering his expenses shown in the film, off-screen he must have had significant costs. Perhaps these events took place over an extended period and he spent it all to stay in the hotel, or bought a lot of weapons and had to dispose of many bodies. Now let's visually dissect how this economy works in the world of John Wick. But before we continue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We highly appreciate your engagement. In John's world, both regular money and gold coins exist. Let's delve a bit into history to make it more understandable. There is the High Table, consisting of the 12 most influential families in the world. From ancient times, these families came to an agreement that there needed to be order in certain matters, so they created the High Table. And the High Table was responsible for controlling and supporting countless assassins at the disposal of criminal families. To make this easy, they established the Continental Hotel chain with its own set of rules. The most crucial rule stated that under no circumstances could anyone be killed or resolve their issues with someone on the hotel's premises. In these hotels, assassins could rest safely and replenish their supplies. To ensure that only certain individuals had access to the hotels, they came up with gold coins. As we mentioned earlier, the coin serves as an entrance ticket to the community. In the second and third films, they clearly show that assassins are hired for real money. For example, there is a 14 million reward for John Wick's head. In addition to the regular money they earn, they most likely receive gold coins for the work they complete. As a killer, when you bring profits to the agency represented by the High Table to keep you within the system as a valuable asset, you are rewarded with a couple of coins, proportional to the value you provided. This makes you not only a service provider, but also a consumer. This system is somewhat similar to certain large IT companies, where at your workplace you get access to a free buffet with delicious food and a coffee machine, unlimited access to a well-equipped gym, free online subscriptions, and more. Such companies do everything to keep you comfortable and motivated to work there. In this case, you are motivated to carry out tasks for the Continental Hotel or its headquarters, represented by the High Table. It's also possible that members of the High Table keep their assassins on a monthly salary, paying them a certain number of coins every month so that they can quickly call on them and send them on missions when needed. Additionally, it's possible that famous politicians, wealthy individuals, and so on can also make use of the services provided by the Continental Hotels. The High Table for people who help them in their business, such as in acquiring the latest weaponry. For example, besides any corrupt money, they also receive gold coins, which grant them immunity for a specific time. They can stay in the hotel until they run out of gold coins. By the way, D'Antonio had the idea to stay at the hotel until John Wick was killed. He put a bounty on Wick's head, and since he had nearly unlimited coins and other privileges as a member of the High Table, he could have stayed in the hotel for years. So how does this entire system work? Let's say a politician wants to eliminate a rival. They turn to the High Table families and a price is set. The politician pays and the administration hires a killer through its network, keeping a certain percentage for themselves and giving the rest to the killer. This percentage must be quite substantial because it's necessary to maintain the entire infrastructure of the hotels and provide for other involved parties. This includes the payment for labor, purchasing weapons, suits, minting gold coins, and more. All of this comes at a considerable cost, which needs to be covered with real money. The administration probably keeps meticulous records of all these expenses, and taking this into account, it sets price tags for certain tasks. In essence, purely commercial relationships exist between all the participants in this system. You might wonder why a hitman would want to be part of this community when they could work on their own and potentially earn more. Well, there are several reasons for this. Firstly, within the Continental Hotel system, everything is streamlined. It's easy to acquire weapons and various services. Hitman can more easily access what they need to get the job done. Secondly, since the hotel acts as an agency, the hitman will receive more orders and also earn more. Thirdly, he can hide from the police and other criminals as long as he has enough resources, in this case in the form of gold coins. And fourthly, this is respect and prestige, since the Continental hotels are the best of the best in their business. So it's much more convenient for a hitman to be within this community, rather than outside it. As mentioned earlier, the gold coins were introduced by the high table. But how do they track the circulation of these coins within their economy? From the movies and the TV series, we know that the Continental hotels and the mint, located in Morocco, are responsible for minting these coins. If too many coins are minted, they would face devaluation. Therefore, the number of gold coins must be carefully controlled to align with the limited supply of goods and services within the system. This can be compared to a fitness club. Let's say a fitness club can serve 5,000 people per month. It can't sell more than 5,000 memberships. If it does, some customers won't receive the services they expect, leading to a decrease in the club's perceived value. Similarly, Continental hotels likely monitor the demand from the criminal world. If demand is high, but the hotel's capacity is limited, minting more coins would be counterproductive. If demand is low, they might issue more coins to expand their market and increase the demand for their services. One more point to consider is that the world's population is increasing, the criminal underworld is expanding, and the demand for services provided by the Continental is growing as well. This could lead to a passive issuance of a certain number of coins. There are two unremarkable scenes that characterize the issuance and circulation of gold coins. In the second episode, Winston examines the coins and gives the green light for them to be put into circulation. In the third installment, we see an employee who carefully examines the coins using a magnifying glass. Apparently, the Continental hotels and the mint keep a close watch on the quality of the coins they produce. The coins must be of proper quality to deter counterfeiting. Furthermore, they meticulously inspect the coins already in circulation, thus uncovering any forgeries. Additionally, wear and tear on the coins are considered. Over time, coins may wear out, and if left in circulation, they can easily be counterfeited. Hence, they are likely removed from circulation and possibly melted down. And here we smoothly move on to the types of coins. You have probably noticed that in the world of John Wick, in addition to the usual gold coins, there is also an adjudicator's coin, which we see for the first time in the third part of the franchise. This coin is larger, black in color with gold lettering. It serves the same purpose as regular coins, but grants privileged access to the hotels. The adjudicators oversee cases and issue judgments for violations of the Continental's sacred rules. So, we have two types of coins and two types of access. By the way, the first gold coins were minted in ancient Greece, in Anatolia, around the 7th century BCE. Gold coins were used as a means of payment in the world until the 20th century. In addition to these two types of coins, there is another item in John Wick's world that helps facilitate all these interconnections among hitmen or between hitmen and their clients: promissory notes or markers. A promissory note is one of the oldest financial instruments. It first appeared in Italy in the 12th century. It is a valuable document confirming the debtor's commitment to repay the holder at a set time. In our case, in the world of John Wick, a marker serves as a physical carrier of a blood oath between two parties. Beneath the cover of a small container lies the fingerprint of the debtor. If the debt is repaid, the second party leaves their own fingerprint, and the blood of commitment are considered fulfilled. Markers hold a special place in the John Wick movies. In the events of the second movie, we see how Santino D'Antonio comes to John and asks him to fulfill the promise made with a blood oath. In the third movie, John asks Sofia, the manager of the Continental Hotel in Casablanca, to fulfill a given promise. The Continental hotels also keep track of markers. In the movie, it's shown how Winston brings a book where all markers given to one another are recorded, and Santino D'Antonio redeems his note. From that moment on, John doesn't owe anything to anyone. So let's summarize the mystical economy of John Wick, which is shrouded in many mysteries. Gold coins don't have real intrinsic price and aren't convertible into standard currency unless you trade them as gold. There are two types of gold coins, each granting a different level of access. There are markers. The entire economy of the Continental hotels and other services is meticulously controlled by the administration and the high table, as well as the enforcement of the rules that have existed for centuries. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new from our video. In the comments, you can share your theories, and I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video.